Junie B. First Grader, One-Man Band. Chapter 5, Lemonade. After school, Mr. Scary called Mother at her work, and he told her that I got disappointed about the tournament. That's how come for dinner that night, Mother made my favorite meal of paschetti and meatballs. Plus, she and Daddy tried to be extra nice to me. I know you're upset about not being in the kickball game, Mother said, but everyone has disappointments in life, honey. I was still in a bad mood. I hate disappointments. I hate them, I said. Daddy patted me. Yes, well, we all hate being disappointed, Junie B. But Mr. Scary said that you can still do something fun in the tournament. I did a mad breath. I hate that dumb tournament. I hate it, I said. Daddy squinted his eyes at me. He said to please stop saying hate. I hate saying hate. I hate it, I said. After that, Daddy picked me up and he carried me to my room for a timeout. It was not unexpected. I waited till he was gone. I hate timeouts. I hate them. I hate them, I whispered to my stuffed elephant named Philip Johnny Bob. I hate them too, Junie B, he said back. I hate everything you hate. You and me hate everything exactly the same. I hugged him very tight. I love that guy. After that, both of us got flopped on my bed and we calmed ourselves down. Pretty soon, Mother came and got me, and she took me back to the table. I did not talk to Daddy. Also, I did not talk to my baby brother named Ollie, because he is learning words, and all he keeps saying is moo. Mother tried to be nice some more. Are you sure you wouldn't like to be a cheerleader, Junie B, she said. I know you couldn't jump up and down on your sore toe, but you could still yell and shout for your team. Daddy did a chuckle. And yelling and shouting are right up your alley, he teased. I did not laugh at that remark. Daddy poked me. Oh, don't be so glum, he said. Being a cheerleader wouldn't be so bad, would it? Every little girl likes cheerleading. I rolled my eyes at the ceiling. But I'm not every little girl, Daddy, I said. I am just me, Junie B. Jones. And I don't want to be a cheerleader. I want to be on the kickball team. And just then, my nose started to sniffle very much. I even had a daydream about it, I said. I was the star of the whole entire game, and it was very wonderful. Only now, that is never going to happen. Mother gave me a hug. Well, no one can be a star all the time, she said. It's just like I said earlier. Everyone has disappointments sometimes. Right, said Daddy. And when life hands you lemons, you have to learn to make lemonade. I looked weird at that man. Huh? What's lemonade got to do with this? I said. Mother smiled. It's just a saying, Junie B. It means that when life goes a little bit sour, you have to find a way to sweeten it up. Just then, Daddy went to the refrigerator and he took out 3 lemons. Here, look. I'll show you, he said. He held up the lemons for me to see. See what I have here, he said. These are just sour old lemons, right? I did a shrug. I guess so. Daddy grinned. Ah, but maybe these sour lemons are more fun than they look, he said. And then one by one, he threw each lemon into the air. And wowie, wow, wow, he started to juggle them. I mean it. He did. My daddy juggled those lemons way high in the air, and I didn't even know he had that talent. I clapped and cheered, very thrilled. Ollie clapped too. Also, he said moo. Then all of us started to laugh, and Daddy did a bow. Did you see what I meant? Did you see what I mean now, he said. I turned 3 sour lemons into something more fun. And you can do the same thing, Junie B, said Mother. All you have to do is think of something fun to do in the kickball tournament. And then your sour situation will turn happy too. Understand? I nodded very fast. I do, Mother. I do understand. And guess what else? I already think about what I'm going to do. I jumped out from my chair and I picked up the lemons on the counter. I think I'm going to juggle, I said, very joyful. I'll juggle in Sheldon's halftime show, and then everyone will clap and cheer, and I will be the star of that whole production. After that, I stood in the middle of the kitchen just like Daddy did. And one by one, I threw each lemon into the air. I kept my eyes on them very perfect. Only too bad for me, because 2 of them crashed into the table, plus the other one hit Ollie in the head. He started to cry. I patted him real fast. Then I quick picked up the lemons and I hurried up to my room, because juggling was going to take a little practice apparently. And there were only 3 days left until Friday. Chapter 6, Practicing. Wednesday. Dear first grade journal, last night Daddy helped me practice my juggling. I kept on throwing those lemons into the air, and they kept on crashing into the floor. Finally, I got frustration in me, and I threw them as high as I could. The first one cracked my ceiling light. The next one fell on my bed and knocked out Raggedy Andy named Larry. Lemons are not as easy as they look. Friday is only 2 more days away. I'm getting stress in me. From Junie B., first grader. As soon as I finished writing, Mr. Scary walked to the front of the room and he asked us to put away our journals. Boys and girls, there were a few more things I need to tell you about the kickball tournament on Friday, he said. For one thing, today and tomorrow, we'll be taking extra long recess periods to get ready. He looked around the class. Those of you playing on the team will be practicing on the softball field. And those of you who are cheerleaders will be practicing on the sidelines, he told us. Camille and Chanel jumped right up from their seats. Mr. Scary, we have good news, said Camille. Yes, we do, said Chanel. Our mother was a cheerleader in college, and last night she taught us some cheers. Right, said Camille, and so today we can teach them to the other girls. Mr. Scary smiled, very pleased. That's excellent news, girls, he said. I'll put you 2 in charge of teaching the cheers. Then I will have more time to work with the kickball team and the halftime show. He looked back in my direction. Oh, and speaking of the halftime show, have you made a decision about what you want to do yet, Junie B? I started to nod real happy. Then all of a sudden, I stopped. On account of, what if I told room 1 that I was going to juggle in the halftime show? Only I still couldn't learn that talent by Friday. Then some of the children might shout boo at me. Others might laugh and laugh. I tapped on my desk, very thinking. But on the other hand, maybe I should just tell my class the whole entire truth. 'Cause Mother says the truth is always best. Only, that is not the truth, of course. But maybe this one time, the truth might be easiest. Junie B, said my teacher again. I looked up at my desk, and I looked room 1 in their eyes. Okay, here's the whole entire truth, I said. I'm trying to learn how to juggle for Sheldon's halftime show. Only please do not get your hopes up, people, because I maybe might not learn it in time. And so, if I don't juggle at the halftime, there's no laughing or booing allowed, and I mean it. I quick sat back down again. Lenny and Herb turned around in their seats. Whoa, you're learning to juggle, said Lenny. That's cool. Yeah, it is cool, said Herbert. I wish I could juggle. May rolled her eyes. I don't, she said. What's so fun about throwing stuff in the air? And anyway, juggling is only for the circus. Who ever heard of juggling in a halftime show? I wrinkled my eyebrows, very serious. That's a good question, May. Let me think. Then I leaned real close to her face. Me! That's who, I said. Lenny and Herb laughed very hard. Then Sheldon looked back at me, and he gave me a happy thumbs up. I smiled, because what do you know? This time, the truth worked beautifully. Chapter 7 is called Fun with Me and Sheldon. But you have to wait till tomorrow to find out.